Do you live in an old house? Does it creak at night? Mine does. My mum always said that it's the house settling, resting its tired bones before another long day of two kids smashing it to pieces. It isn't. We lived in a small two-bed house near the river in the worst part of town. Despite our 10-year age difference, I had to share a room with my sister, but it was mostly okay, save for our nightly argument about the hall light. My sister wanted the door left ajar, so her bed was bathed in artificial light, but I needed total darkness. Sophie is the precious rainbow baby, so she gets her way, obviously. If I moan, I'm told that most girls my age have already left for university, so my options are to suck it up or move out. So I hide under my covers like a baby, but it doesn't help, as I know it's out there, watching me with those red eyes. I can't remember when I first saw it, but I know it wasn't in the old place, the smelly flat above a chip shop, so I think it's always been here, in this house. At first I thought I was dreaming, or maybe just seeing things when the shadows twitched, so I'd sit up and rub my eyes, only to find it had gone. I guess it grew bolder, once it knew my parents would just send me back to bed without bothering to check my room. It doesn't bother to hide anymore or pretend to be anything other than it is. I think he feeds off my fear, the Hat Man. It hasn't harmed me yet, as far as I know anyway, but I'd know it was evil even without the glowing demonic eyes or sharp teeth. My sister doesn't see it. She's been awake once or twice while it was in the room, but she just carries on doom-scrolling TikTok while muttering about her crazy sister. She has nightmares every night though, has done since the first night, but she won't talk about them. My parents have talked about taking her to a psychologist, but NHS waiting lists are a thing and we don't have the money for private. My dad isn't around much. He kept his old job hours away, so only comes home at the weekend. He didn't want to move either, but my grandmother had a stroke, and Mum said she was moving with or without him. All they do these days is argue, so he has zero tolerance for my complaints. All he really does is stare at the television or chain smoke in the garden. It is nice being closer to the city and its many distractions, but none of us like the house. The pipes scream whenever we turn on the taps, and only 3 radiators work. But none of it really matters, I suppose, compared to the Hat Man. There's actually more than one shadow person here. I've seen them all over the house, but only the Hat Man seems obsessed with me. He should get a job or something. I did some reading on ley lines and roads of the dead, and I think the creaking sound is a door opening between worlds, as I only ever see them after I hear it. Unfortunately, none of my research suggested a way to stop